What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Raider Report, the sports talk show by the students, for the students, and with the students. I am Spencer Grzywacz, and alongside me is our lovely moderator, Bailey Hebert. And my bro, GP Osa. Thank you for tuning in. We've got a great show and a great crowd with us this evening. And this is Raider Report.
Talk about last week's predictions. You guys in total pulled out about a 50-50, so not bad, not bad. Our first one was Oklahoma versus West Virginia. You went with Oklahoma, correct?
I did, and I won.
You won.
Again.
You did win.
It's been a rough week. We'll see what happens next. I'm looking forward to the next pick. I'll take
I don't know why. You haven't had a good showing here in a few weeks now. GP. It's been a rough start to the semester. It's not been a rough week. It's been a rough start to the semester.
It has. I mean, it's just a lot. I'm not going to get into it on the show, but no, I'll come back and my former self will show soon.
Okay.
So
I'm ready for that, GP, because I'm rooting for you. You got to get one. Well, next we predicted about OKC versus the Cavs. You picked.
So I picked OKC.
But?
All right, but the Cavaliers won, but it's okay because it's still the regular season, and
excuses.
Yeah, Spencer's excuses.
See, I just take it when I lose, I just admit it. But
I had to give GP one. I felt bad.
You got one.
I got it. I just knew LeBron was gonna close it, and that's all you need. Kyrie was gonna keep it down, so that's all I need. That's all you need to know. Okay. That's all you need to know.
All right, it's okay. We'll talk about that.
All right.
So, and lastly, we predicted on the Warriors versus the Clippers. I mean, GP
is D-U-M dumb. You are dumb. Why we
it was by 5. They barely lost. They barely lost.
D-U-M dumb.
Dumb.
D-U-M dumb. All right. No,
college education here, folks.
Listen, the reason I have told you multiple times, we have gone round and round on this show about the Warriors and Steph Curry, and I tell you, don't pick against them. Never pick against them. And what do you keep doing? You keep picking against them. So you know what? There's nothing else I can do to help you. I've tried helping you.
Like someone told me before the show, I'm going to stay steadfast in my picks, and I have my reasons for not liking Steph Curry. You can hate me all you want. You can boo me, throw tomatoes if you must. But
I wish I had one. I would throw it at you right now.
All right. But hey, one of these days I'm going to be right. I
think you just don't want to win. Like, that's
what I'm starting to think that too.
You don't want to be right.
No, that's not the case.
He's trying to play the sympathy card. Playing the sympathy card. He wants everybody to listen to him.
All right.
Well,
we'll see.
Well, good job.
I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to call it now. I'm going to go 3-0 next show.
Okay. We'll see.
You heard it first.
In this week's spotlight, our very own GP Osa.
Thanks, guys.
Almost hit a half-court shot. Almost. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, actually, I like the effort though.
I did too.
I thought it was going in. Watching the video, I thought it was going in.
To defend my case, I will say this: the guy that shot it at the Oklahoma game, he just completely missed it. And everyone, I thought it was really close.
We all learn. Again, if you compare yourself to someone who did worse than you, of course you're gonna look good.
All right.
You can't do that. You gotta be better. Higher standards.
I thought, I really thought I was gonna go to Vegas. Well, I mean, hey, let's look at it this way. I'm like under the age of 21, so I couldn't do anything in Vegas. So it would have been like.
You could sightsee.
I could sightsee. Who sightsees in Vegas?
It's kind of fun.
There's some cool places in Vegas to sightsee.
It's okay. You'll do better next time. Mm-hmm. I'll be cheering for you. Spencer, cheering?
Yeah, I'll cheer for you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cheer for you off the show. I just don't cheer for you on the show.
On the show. I know.
It's okay. Well, some fans get these chances and actually come through. Like Rangers fan who hit a home run to win season tickets last Saturday. Y'all, did y'all see that?
That was impressive, actually, because what they did is they gave their season ticket holders an opportunity, and as a diehard Rangers fan, I really love this, but they gave their season ticket holders an opportunity to try to hit a home run to get their season tickets for free. And this guy who was a star at a local Dallas high school back in the day actually was able to pull it off, and he won free season tickets.
He still got it. He's probably at home like, I could go to the minors and work my way up again. Just like he's just reminiscing again. I just know it. His wife he's probably going to the batting cage right now. Wife telling him not to.
I'm jealous because I can't even barely hit a home run in intramural softball leagues. So
that's okay.
That's if I don't strike out. So
I'm terrible at it.
I'm like a defensive specialist.
Well, when it comes to Wii, I'm pretty good. That's about it.
Hey, the Wii home run battle. Ooh.
Wow.
Catch me in Wii.
Well, this was real.
You wish you can't.
We should do that in the
beat me.
future. We should try to do a Wii home run
tournament?
battle. Yeah,
That'd
and
be
we'll
really
see.
fun.
We'll see who's better.
Home run
between-
derby Wii version.
Yeah. GP versus Spencer. Let's get it.
I'm
Yeah.
taking it.
Can I
I'm
get a
taking
little
the
bit of
trophy.
action in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Little
can
bit.
get some action in that.
Definitely
Yeah.
wanna
There
do
might be a
I'll win.
woman player in the baseball
I know
one
I'll
day
win.
in the future.
In the future.
Yeah,
I'm
it could
going
happen.
pro.
It could happen. So.
It would be me if anybody,
Okay. Oh,
No,
kind of
not me. Anyways,
Couldn't
moving
be.
on. Finally, Saturday, A&M pulled off the win against Kentucky with a buzzer beater in one of the best college games of the year. Did y'all see that?
Yes, I
shout
did.
outs?
I have to do a shout out. Shout out to the guys from Plano P-Town, 202 down. The guy that shot the buzzer beater from Plano West. Whatever. But I digress. But the guy that shot the buzzer beater, his name was Tyler Davis. Played.
Davis looks like a dirty Q-tip.
Hey,
Not
I would say
everyone likes
caveman, but that's besides the point. But
disgusting.
He was a part of the Plano West state championship team the high school was a part of. What's up? And so yeah, I had to shout him out. And the other guys, DJ Hogg, what's up?
Are we still talking about the win that A&M did, or are we talking about you and
I
your
think we
hometown?
went
I'm trying to,
We
make
went
relations.
down.
I'm just trying to, hey
We went
guys,
back
what's
home.
up? Hit me up when you're in town. Because they're popping on, that side of Texas. I'm just trying to,
Okay.
just trying to keep my name.
Let's hope he shouts you out. Too,
Yeah.
So.
I was a
Twitter,
little, honestly.
my Twitter is oh my god, also. And yeah.
Honestly,
Instagram, it's me GP. Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed that A&M pulled off that win. I was rooting for Kentucky, and I know it's weird because usually you want the underdog to win in basketball. At least that's a common perspective on things. But I really wanted Kentucky to win that game, and that's
I really
partially
wanted
because of the rivalry that Tech and A&M had back in the day. But
Yeah.
I just knew all on my Twitter feed, I was just gonna hear all about all these A&M fans, talking about their.
A&M fans are the worst, but besides that, in the win, I liked it because it
They're
shook up
very
the SEC.
passionate though.
Yeah.
I have to
Very
give them they're a great.
passionate in the worst way.
But
Well, I'm still cheering for Kentucky. They're a great team. I respect them. But before we take a break, let's revisit a segment that we did last week and decided we liked it enough to keep it around. This is Tech Corner.
So last week, as we all know, Texas Tech beat Oklahoma here at home to win their third straight. Yeah. And before that, obviously, it took down Baylor and Iowa State. And then Tech just finished off wins against Oklahoma State, and then most recently on Tuesday night against TCU.
TC who?
So yeah,
TC
TC who? So GP here in Tech Corner, we're allowed to be homers toward Tech.
Okay,
So
all right.
what are you making of all this? Where are we looking for the tournament? How's the Big 12 race going to shape out? We know Tech's not going to necessarily win the Big 12, but you want to climb that ladder.
Yes, I'm gonna say this. We're on a 5-4 game winning streak right now. We're looking really good. We're looking like a well-oiled machine. Unlike Grayson's grind my gears, but that's different.
Why we rain?
No, I'm really liking. Of course, when you bring up a good point, we're not going to necessarily win the Big 12, but the Big 12 tournament. But that can be an opportunity to kind of bump up our seeding because I really feel like we're going to be in the tournament. The only question is. The overall NCAA tournament, that is. But the only real question is how can we, better our seeding so we don't play a really good team or a really bad team. We can stay in that really good area and we can go up to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so to kind of go off of that, I agree. Right now a lot of polls like the USA Today poll has Tech as an 8 seed currently in the tournament. You'd obviously like to get that a little bit higher. Some people like Joe Lenardi of ESPN has Tech as the last 4 in playing Butler in a play-in game. We don't. I hate those play-in games. First of all, I don't understand how you can have a 12 seed as a play-in or a 7 seed as a play-in when there's a 16 seed in the tournament. But ultimately, yeah, I think you're right. I think they just need to make a good showing in the Big 12 tournament to ultimately get a higher seed and a better matchup. But you're right. There's no time that you want to be playing at your best and toward the end of the season. That's exactly what Tubby's done. And not to mention, you're without Norrance Odiase, the big center for Tech, who is possibly the best player on the team, is injured and he's been out for a few weeks now. Still no timetable yet on when he will return, hopefully before the season's over. But this has all been done without Norrance Odiase, and it's given players like Aaron Ross and Zach Smith and Matt Temple, the walk-on, a chance to really grow, and really flourish.
No, it's one thing I love about the way Tech plays their basketball. It's not where you see in other programs where it's 5 guys. If we lose guy, like all hope is lost. We just, it's like a well-oiled machine. Just put another part in, just like what you said. Oyasi got injured, another guy stepped up, and we had, a big man do the rec specs.
Tubby basketball, tubby ball, yeah.
Tubby ball, and I just love that. And so seeing that, it's really reassuring. And, like I said before, really good to see. I'm really, really optimistic how we do. I think we're gonna finish out the season really well, and for the tournament, we're gonna do well in the tournament. Not necessarily win, because we do have Kansas. Keep in mind, everyone, the Big 12 is, in my opinion, that's for later. Saving this stuff for later, is the hardest conference in the nation. So us being 7th is really difficult. So
I agree. I think as long as Tech finishes off with a win against Kansas State, I think that they have solidified a spot in the tournament.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they didn't lose a TCU tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Down by 14 and 12 at halftime.
Talk about biting
but
nails. Oh my
man,
goodness.
I was at that game and it was crazy, man. I
Yes.
didn't know that Tech was gonna be able to pull it out, but Tubby Smith apparently had a really good halftime
Yes.
speech. But as long, they play Kansas on the road, then they go to West Virginia on the road, and after that it's Kansas State back at home. So I think as long as they win Kansas State, I think they've already solidified a spot in the tournament.
We should. And I mean, one thing, you brought up a good point, that nail biter for the TCU game. One thing, I don't know, please don't do that, because I know Tech is really good at playing with emotions, better than Drake, better than anyone else. But please don't play with our emotions, because I didn't go to that game personally because I thought it was going to be an easy win. But then,
nothing's easy in the Big 12.
Nothing's easy in the Big 12, but when it's TCU in basketball, you would assume differently. But hey, that's just me. But you caught me, almost hurt me. Oh my goodness, I'm just breathing heavy just thinking about it. But.
All right, so we've got a lot more for you, so stick around after the break and we'll be back.
And it is so appropriate to start our big debate off with one of the most ridiculous claims of the week. Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors recently called himself the best center in the NBA. What? Really?
Don't put quotations around that. Don't disrespect my man Draymond Green like that.
I'm going to put so many quotations on that because that was definitely a self.
That's disrespectful.
Spencer, talk some sense into him. Don't boost him, please.
So listen, all right, I'm not going to do that, okay?
He's
And I am going to boost him up a little
I
bit.
feel it.
Now, he's not the best center in the NBA, but there is a case that he's the most versatile power forward in the NBA, okay? Okay, and let me explain, okay, I will start off with the first stat that shows his versatility, 11 triple-doubles this season. Leads the NBA, okay, in triple-doubles. That right there should first off tell you how versatile he is, okay? So basically, what I'm trying to say is that his claim as a center is completely disrespectful to players like Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, who has been a dominant power forward / center, DeMarcus Cousins. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is, as a power forward, he is very versatile. And I don't think that he is that far outlandish on his claim of claiming himself as the best. First off, why would you want him to not claim himself as the best? Okay, because you want him to think less of himself and lose his confidence in basketball, where confidence is possibly the most important thing to have.
Thin line.
All right, you done?
That's disrespectful.
One thing I'll commend Spencer on, he didn't drink the punch too much, so he's not too into it, but he's just enough. So I gotta straighten him out real quick. But first I gotta reference the thing, just this whole thing. It's like, what's up with that? Like the thing from SNL. I just had to do that real quick. But no, this is an outlandish claim. First of all, like you said, this man's a power forward. Second of all, I looked on this the ratings from the Hollinger Players Efficiency Rating on ESPN. For power forwards, he's number 9. He's number 9. He's the 9th best power forward. And for centers, he's not even on the list. So, and it's kind of, it's the way I see it, the Warriors are a great team. I'm not taking away from the way he's playing, not taking away from the way he's playing and the team's playing. But the way I see, when you say you're the best center, the way I see it is if you're taking out of the team or the lineup, bad things happen to where you kind of hold it down. And the Warriors, that's Steph Curry, not Draymond Green.
So, no, you're wrong, first of all, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? First off, you've been so disrespectful to the Warriors this entire show, from the first time we had the show till now, and it's starting to get on my nerves a little bit, because they have the best record in the NBA, and they're on track to have the best record of all time in a single season.
That's a fact. That's happening.
Draymond Green is a huge part of that.
Okay.
You think Steph Curry is going to be able to do what he does, all as consistent as he does it, if Draymond Green's not in the lineup? No.
Yes. No. All you need to do is replace Draymond Green with another. It's coaching, and it's what they run.
Who are you going to replace Draymond Green with?
Luke Walton.
Forget them. Okay, they're not on the show. Who are you going to replace Draymond Green with?
Can't think of anyone at the moment.
Yeah,
but
there's a reason for that, because no one can replace Draymond Green in the Warriors lineup.
You can. It's not like it's. The way the Warriors are playing and the way the system is set up is where you can replace it.
He's averaging 7.3 assists a game.
I'm not saying he's a bad
player. As a power forward,
he's a good player.
He's averaging 7.3 assists a game.
He's a good player, but calling himself the best, I'd rather say for power forwards, Dirk is the best, because without Dirk's
old, fragile, can't play defense.
The Dallas. Well, okay.
Listen. No, I am a diehard Mavericks fan.
If you remove Draymond Green from the equation, the Warriors will still be the same.
I'm a diehard Mavericks fan, first of all, so do not bash me on Dirk Nowitzki.
If Dirk Nowitzki,
I have always
tell me
loved
this.
Dirk Nowitzki. But let me finish. Okay, but basically but Dirk is old and can't play defense. He barely can rebound, and unless Dirk is scoring 20 points a game, he's non-existent. Okay, and his defense, he'll get, whoever he's playing defense against is going to get more than 20 points a game, because he just can't play defense. He's slow, tall, goofy. He's old. He's past his prime. It's not his fault. He's past his prime. Who else are you going to have for me as a better power
Blake
forward?
Griffin.
You mean the guy who punched his own equipment manager and now can't play for 2 weeks?
Before that, Blake Griffin, I'd rather talk about Blake Griffin being one of the best power forwards in the NBA than Draymond Green.
Draymond Green can dunk the ball hard, but he can also shoot the ball very well and also get lots of assists.
Okay, Blake Griffin's great on defense.
All right. Take a sip of your water, guys. Let's calm it down, okay?
I don't need water.
We already know that was ridiculous what y'all were speaking. Anyway, we were talking about the Big 12 earlier, and we're looking pretty good. But this has to be a big topic in sports today. Is the Big 12 the best in basketball conference?
Yes, it is.
I mean, I feel like, the audience has spoken. I really don't need to say much. It's true. If you look in the Big 12 standings, we're 7th right now. We're on the border about to get into the tournament, the NCAA tournament. That's 7 teams in one conference. 7 teams. So much. Good math. Whoever shouted that out. And no other conference can do that. Now, there are the only other conference that I believe that that can come close is Big 10 possibly. But but if we look time and time again, the Big 12 always produces at least 5 teams, and they always go the deepest. In every year, they at least have 2 teams that go to at least the Elite 8, Sweet 16.
Every year?
Most of the time.
All right. Last year, the Big 12 also had 7 teams in the NCAA tournament, was widely regarded as the #1 conference in the nation, and then 4 teams lost on day 1, and technically what's round 2, but basically what we know is round 1 of the NCAA tournament. Let me finish. The deepest that the Big 12 went in the NCAA tournament was the Sweet 16. They didn't even make the Elite 8. They had 7 teams. They had the highest percentage of any other conference in NCAA and didn't even make it to the Elite 8. Okay?
One thing else.
The talent is widespread across the Big 12 as it is again this year. They might be the most talented team or most talented conference in the NCAA, but they are not the best conference in the NCAA. And I say that because the talent is spread so thin that any team can get upset at any point. It's not like the ACC where it's kind of top heavy with Duke and company. No, the Big 12 is good from 1 to 7. Any team can beat each other, and that hurts the conference as a whole. I love it talent-wise. It's great basketball to watch, but when it comes down to do damage in the NCAA tournament against other powerhouse teams, it doesn't work out as well.
No, I'd have to disagree. Making it top heavy, having I agree with you with the sense of that, yes, most of the teams in the top 7 are almost at some points equally matched, though that differs from year to year, as we do know. Can't argue with that. But the reason when Duke in the ACC being top heavy, that helps them with seeding. But as you can see, the reason why they were eliminated in or you said like the first round, and some didn't even make it to Sweet 16. It's just
the Big 12. That was eliminated like that.
Yeah, this is the Big 12.
Duke won the national championship, being top heavy.
Obviously.
Just
okay. Hey, I thought I was going to talk.
I'm a Big 12 supporter. I'm a Big 12 supporter. Okay, Tech being the Big 12, but you can't argue with these statistics and these. That is a tough word. Stats. You can't argue with the stats, and these stats prove that the Big 12 is mediocre throughout the entire conference. I'm sorry. You know what?
Thank you. If you put Tech in a top heavy, if we were in our own island in some random conference, and because if you look, Duke, the only competition they have is North Carolina, and they have 2 other schools. And then some other schools pop up from year to year. If we were like that, it would be the same thing. We'd have better seeding, because if you look, every year Duke always has two rounds of easy games, and they blow that. The year before they played Leahy. Do you even know where that was before? And then the year before that was Mercer. So tell me that plays in their favor quite a bit.
Didn't Mercer beat Duke? Didn't Mercer beat Duke that year?
They did,
and that's
okay.
That's not an easy game. It's
an easy game. Okay, tell me it's an easy game that they blew. It's not necessarily just because Duke lost. It's like, oh goodness.
Their mentality wasn't ready. Because
tell me this: did Mercer make it past that round afterwards? Did they, or did Leahy make it past that round?
Doesn't matter. They beat a powerhouse team.
They beat a powerhouse team. Well, that's the beauty of
that's one team from that conference. The Big 12
but
is 7-4 lost in the first round.
Because we're always in tough matchups in the first round. Right. It's hard.
Y'all good?
Maybe if they were better, they'd get a better seed.
Y'all good? It's okay. Okay. Strong opinions. I love them.
I know.
I love them. Well, we have one more thing that we have to talk about is Rob Gronkowski.
Gronkowski.
Gronkowski. My bad. Gronkowski. Gronk recently held the Gronk party ship and afterwards called it the most turned up event ever. Wow. Let me ask you guys, is this different from Cam Newton's dancing? Like, who's worse? Spencer.
It's different than his dancing because Gronk, while he does have a good time on the football field, Gronk is not always showboating on the football field as much as Cam Newton does. I love the passion Cam Newton plays with, actually. I'm fine with him dancing on the football field, but I don't think it's fair to compare these two because Gronk has most of his fun in the off season, for example, on his cruise ship. But I'm fine with it. I'm completely okay with it. I don't have a problem with it. I wish I lived the life Rob Gronkowski did. He lives like such an awesome, fun life. He looks like such a cool dude. No problem with it. I just don't think you can compare the two. They're completely different events.
Nope. I have to disagree completely. Okay. I don't see the difference between Cam Newton dabbing on after he scores a touchdown when Rob Gronkowski spikes a ball. It's the same thing. It's just because he's a quarterback in the league and he's just now, everyone sees it as like him showboating and he's just coming out of his own. This is the first time we've heard of Cam Newton in big news since he went to Auburn. He kind of disappeared went on a hiatus. But for Rob Gronkowski, I think it's the same. Honestly, I think Rob Gronkowski, it's worse. It's worse for some, I don't know why people don't see this. This man, after he won the Super Bowl last year, he was caught on the streets drunk, just spiking whatever people gave to him and people cheering him on. We
see that every weekend here at Texas Tech.
That's it. Okay. But we're not professional. There's difference between college students and professionally paid players.
Has it affected his
all
game
I'm
on
saying
the
is just let Cam dab and do his thing and let him give the balls to the kids after he scores a touchdown. Thank you. Let him do that and let Rob Gronkowski get really intoxicated and spike things on a cruise ship with his brothers, with other people. I'm not gonna lie, that probably would have been really fun. I may have wanted to join, but who knows? But I'm just saying, they are. People just need to see them as they are and not demonize one and then praise the other.
But they're different things.
How
and
are
they're
they
both
different?
okay, but they're different. Because first off, you brought up the point of dabbing on the field after a touchdown and spiking the ball. Football players have spiked the football for centuries now. Okay.
Yeah, but that's okay. Tell me, but
or
that's,
decades.
That's Rob Gronkowski's signature. Yes, that's a true statement.
Okay,
but that's a signature.
People have not danced on the football field for decades. That's not
because people don't dab for decades. Doesn't
football
mean
players, man, from like the 60s or 70s, they weren't dabbing on the football field. They would spike a football because it's more manly. They weren't dancing out there. Okay?
I don't see what's wrong with dancing though.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying they're different. Rob Gronkowski
everyone has their own
has
dance.
fun in the off season.
Have you seen the Victor Cruz dance?
Listen.
It's cha-cha.
Called the I
like
cha-cha.
So I don't know what it is, but it looks cool.
My point is, Rob Gronkowski has his fun and parties in the offseason, while Cam Newton does it on the field. They're both fine. I'm fine with it, but you can't compare them.
Cam Newton is not plastered on the field throwing touchdowns. This man is just celebrating his success on the field. That's it. I mean, this man is one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
I'm fine with him doing that. I don't care that he does it. What I'm telling you is they should not be compared to each other. I'm saying the question is dumb. That's what I'm saying.
Question is dumb.
D-U-M dumb.
I think this question is very valid because time and time again we see Rob Gronkowski in the spotlight doing something stupid. Yes, he is valid to bathe in his success.
Does it affect his play on field?
No. Does dabbing affect his playing on field?
It doesn't. Exactly. So the question is stupid.
Hey.
You're saying one's demonized and one's not.
Boom.
Hey,
I said
I'm
boom.
just drinking this tea.
It's water.
Mind your business. Mind your business. Either way, both of y'all are making more. Both of them are making more than y'all ever will. Yeah. So that was pointless.
Hey.
It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll see what's up with our friend Grayson. Welcome back. Now, Grayson, tell us, what's grinding your gears this week?
Oh, hello there. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Welcome to what grinds Grayson's gears. Make sure you keep a bottle of WD-40 handy. Now for my crap. Wikipedia defines hack-a-shack as attempting to hinder the scoring ability of the opposing team by continuously committing fouls against one of its players, the player chosen being the one with the weakest free throw percentage among players on the court. Side note, I wouldn't trust Wikipedia for everything. It told me that Chris Paul's career ended on March 31st, 2015, after the twister maneuver that Steph Curry sent him into before draining a jumper. I mean, that's essentially correct, but I digress. Anyway, hack-a-shacking is basically when you foul the player who sucks the most at free throws, like every time he comes down the court. You're essentially counting on the fact that he will miss the shots so you can get the rebound and then get the ball on offense. Usually these guys are the huge centers that are pretty much unstoppable because of their size and strength. But because we live in a time where we give participation trophies, this strategy is viewed as unfair. Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA and dean of Greendale Community College, recently had this to say when asked about possible rule changes outlawing this strategy. I'm beginning to feel like a change needs to be made. Well, I would agree that changes need to be made, but not with that rule. LOL. Is traveling even in the rule book anymore? But that's another rant for another day. Commish, I know it's hard to find time to really do any damage with you being the Dark Lord and all. But before you cast Expecto Patronum on the game of basketball, consider this. They call it a free throw for a reason. It is free, gratis for our viewers down south. Any player should be happy to get the chance to throw it in the basket without another player interfering. Plus, how do you expect smaller teams to defend guys who are 7 foot, 255 and bigger than that? You're going to tell me that opposing teams aren't allowed to exploit the other team's weaknesses by sending them to the stripe and earn their points? I understand you want to limit the amount of contact these players withstand, but why else do you think Shaquille O'Neal has the Icy Hot commercials? In conclusion, changing this rule would be, in the words of Charles Barkley, terrible. Keep it as it is. And if big men can't make their free throws, then they shouldn't be on the court. Before you say it's not the role of big men, to be dependable free throw shooters? Just look at players like Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, and DeMarcus Cousins. All big guys that aren't liabilities in this area. Being a big man that can shoot and handle the ball well is just the new wave. And just like Kanye told us, waves don't die. How about we stop crying about it and expect more skill out of every position? Or we could just go back to the dark ages where sinners don't shoot free throws. But if you want your grandfather's NBA, then get ready for the tube socks and short shorts to come back.
Look at them shorts.
Thank you so much for that, Grayson. Thank you. In light of recent videos in the media, we're heading back to our segment, Doing the Most. What's in the news, boys?
Well, that's always like one of our favorite segments from Grayson. So thank you for that. Grayson didn't know we were stripping clothes off today.
Yeah, keeps it fresh.
But anyways, as we debated earlier, Gronk is, well, Gronk.
Yep.
And we can all agree that he's doing the most in this next clip.
Yep.
So for our Doing the Most segment, let's see what Gronk has for us first. Oh,
What are you doing, bro? Bro, this
I wish I could dance like that. I really do.
Goodness.
Go alcohol.
Man, I tell you what, that is doing the most, but that's why I wish I was Rob Gronkowski. That's incredible. Those dance moves for like, what is he, like 6'8", probably like 260, 270.
Oh my goodness.
It's impressive.
That wasn't dancing, that was twerking. That man was throwing it around town. If you want to go get lessons, go see him. He'll show you the Gronk way. That was, wow.
Yeah, that was impressive. That was impressive.
But another video, well, at least he's not Jay Sean from Ohio State. This is how he was doing the most.
Oh, little court slap.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wait, my question is, why did he slap the ground 3 times? Like, usually it's just like one, like, emphatic.
Was
just,
he that confident?
Let's go, and then you're in a defensive stance. But no, that was.
He really thought he was that confident. I don't know what this guy was thinking. What are you doing, Jay Sean, bro? What you doing, bro?
Like,
I know you ain't that fast.
Take it from a shooter and pick up basketball who doesn't play defense. I could play better defense than that. Like, that was terrible. Like, I'm just saying. Like,
James Harden could have played better defense.
Hey, Spencer's hair is his best trait. Right? Third person.
Well, that was just, oh my goodness. That guy's probably riding the bench right now.
Yeah.
If he's,
right.
yeah.
So that's our Doing the Most for today's show.
Before we leave you today, we have our predictions. Here are our games for this week's. Warriors versus the Thunders. Who do you have?
Okay, see?
No.
Okay.
GP, I'm gonna let you start us off.
All right, let me
start.
do this. All right. This is how the Warriors are going to look like. I feel like Warriors are going to take an L. Again, I'm steadfast, and I'm picking the opposite team whenever it comes to the Warriors.
Hey, you just want to lose.
You want to lose.
Thank you.
Okay,
You want to lose.
Thank you.
There is no help for you.
It's not.
There is no saving you.
If I get an L, I get an L. So be it.
You will get it now.
We're going with the Warriors. You can't. I'm not gonna put my reputation on the line by picking against them. Okay, that's dumb. That's, I don't even need to give an explanation for why I'm picking the Warriors. Their record says enough. So
We know. It's okay. Anyways, well, how about the Spurs versus the Rockets?
Spurs, wow.
So,
I know I'm going for the
as
Rockets.
a Dallas Mavericks fan, it pains me to do this, but I don't like either team as a Mavs fan. So it's kind of like picking from like the last 2 kids on when you're like on the pickup basketball
team.
games. I want him. There's 2 left. You just gotta guess. I'm going with the Spurs. I mean, obviously they have the better record and they're the much better team. But yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer. So
yeah, one time I guess we agree on this show. I'm gonna have to go with the Spurs. It pains me to say it. Do not like the Spurs and all their fans. But I don't like Houston. I hate Houston more. And James Harden doesn't play defense. And Dwight Howard is a 7-year-old child in a big man's body.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna have to go with the San Antonio Spurs.
he's a very large 7-year-old child.
Very large 7-year-old child.
I'm going to be like GP, and I just can't do the Spurs. I cannot. say that they're going to win something, just like he feels about the Warriors.
I understand. See,
feel
I
about
respect
Spurs.
that.
So I have to go with the
respect
Rockets. I can't even
That's
get on that
terrible.
train.
That's
I
terrible.
can't. I'm
That's
sorry.
terrible.
I'm hating. I'm the hater today. So.
I thought we just got on common ground. It turns out me and GP are on common ground.
Yeah.
You're the
Once in a
outlier.
But we'll
Okay.
see, because I'm usually right. Anyways, in this last game, which is going to be a big game, OU versus Texas. And remember, OU only beat Texas on the last 3-pointer in the last minute. Sorry, guys. So who do y'all got?
Gracefully said.
Thank you. It was humbling.
I'm going OU. They have to win this game. West Virginia has recently jumped them in the standings. West Virginia is second in the Big 12 currently, even after OU beat them. But OU needs this win. They need it for seeding purposes in the NCAA tournament. It's a big rivalry game. I know Texas has been playing some really hot basketball lately, but yeah, I'm going with OU and Buddy Hield, basically the Steph Curry Jr. is Buddy Hield. So
Oh,
we're good.
my goodness.
Oh, yes.
All right, so I mean, because of that last statement, I have to go opposite of what he said. First of all, Texas, they're overhyped, so you guys should be fine. Don't worry about him. Buddy Hield is, he'll be fine. You don't worry about him. So if we're able to handle him, I'm sure Texas can handle him. Because we lost to Texas, and without deductive reasoning, blah, 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 blah. So I think Texas will be able to pull one through. And plus, I just don't like OU, so
Okay.
that too.
I
Just
respect
Norman's a terrible place.
Can't let your emotions affect your decisions. JP. Your predictions.
Hey,
All right, you gotta keep your emotions out of it.
hey, like what Drake said,
right.
you gotta let
I
it
guess
go.
we'll see.
Or no,
We
Frozen.
will see. We will see. And of course, how could we not mention Texas Tech taking on Kansas Saturday at Kansas? And we did keep it close when we played here. So guys, do we have a chance?
No, yes.
That's your answer. That's your answer.
We're not gonna win because it's Kansas, but is it gonna be a close game? Yes, it will.
We're gonna win. Boo. Boo.
Hey.
I'm not even gonna talk to GP. I'm gonna
So
talk to you.
you're about to have to look the other direction because I'm going with GP on this one. Listen.
We agree.
Listen, I love Texas Tech.
Twice we
You
agree.
are in Lawrence to play this game. That is a very tall task against the team who has won the Big 12 for how many years running now? I mean, it's crazy. So
12, good answer.
Kansas is in I hate to say it, Texas is outmatched against Kansas now. I would love for it to be a close game, and you never know what can happen with a tubby team, and especially this Tech team. But yeah, I'm going with a logical pick here. Sorry, Tech. I think you will keep it close. I think it'll be a great game to watch. I will be pulling for you, but in the end, I think Kansas comes away with the victory.
I really like what he said.
This is me right now. Y'all are breaking my heart. Absolutely breaking my heart. I cannot believe y'all said that.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but the truth hurts, and
does.
we'll see what happens come
does.
next Thursday.
It hurts.
So, with that, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch me and GP duke it out. Thank our hot crowd here that's with us, and we will see you next week for more Raider Report. I'm the Grizz, and that's how it is.